Hello. Okay, is a PPT visible to you? Hello. Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello. 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 Is it audible?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
PPT,
Yes, ma'am.
PPT, PPT.
Visible, ma'am.
Visible. Okay. Please turn off your mic. All of you put off your mic. Hello. All of you put off your mic. Okay. Is it audible now? Hello. Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. This in the previous class, I was telling about this how to choose the gain. So while designing, we are considering that transducer gain. So we have a transducer gain is given by this equation, and in terms of decibels, using decibel, the gain, transducer gain, you can write like this. It has three terms. Okay, so in this three terms, okay, first term is associated. It is called as a gain, source gain, and here is a load to at the load, whatever the gain is. Three blocks actually we can have. This is a one block, this is another, and this one. So this is associated with the source side, and this is associated with the load side, and this is with the active device that is a transistor here. For a given transistor, this is fixed. So in the previous class, we saw how to choose the value of for a given problem. For example, we were taken this problem in the previous class. Design a high gain amplifier for a power gain of 15 dB. Okay, and it's the transistor. They have mentioned a transistor, that is a bipolar transistor, whose the S matrix is this is a one S matrix, and from this S matrix we can see this is a unilateral device, because here is a S12 is equal to 0. So here is S12 is 0. S12 0 means it is a unilateral device. It is doesn't allow signal from port 2 to 1. So for this unilateral case, so as we were discussed in the previous class, there is a maximum values for this gain, source gain and load gain. Maximum values will be there. So for that, maximum values of GS and GL are given by this equation. GS maximum is equal to this, and GL maximum equal to this, and it is at matched condition also. Under conjugately matched and unilateral case, GS maximum and GL maximum are given by these two equations. So we can find the values of this GS and the GL maximum using these two equations, using given parameters. See here, given parameters. So for that particular problem, as we saw, this is a GS maximum and GL maximum. Okay. So for this particular using this particular transistor with this S matrix, you can get a maximum gain of what is that maximum gain you can get? That is a 12 dB. Here is a 2.92 dB. This one, and this is a 1.3 dB, and this is 12 dB. If you add up all these all these three, that is now 3 point. Here is a 4.12, 4.22. Here if you add these to 4.22 plus this 12, that is totally 16.22 dB is the maximum we can get. But what they are asking us to design only for a 15 dB. So based on the what is the requirement of transducer gain, you can get a value of GS less than the value whatever it has maximum. So you can choose this GS is equal to 2 dB and GL is equal to 1 dB. Totally we will be getting it is equal to 15 dB. Okay, so that we saw. So that is for a 15 dB. It is the lesser than what we can get from the transistor, from the device, is correct. 16.4 no, 16.22 dB is the maximum you can get from this transistor. But what we chosen is, it is less than that. That is only 15 dB unit. So that is a needed gain. GS needed, transducer gain needed is that. So GS we chosen only 2 dB instead of 2.92. Okay, so GS maximum is 2.92 dB. Okay, so now we have to keep it in, based on the requirement. You should select the value as GS value and GL value. So now, as we discussed in the previous class, to get a value of 2 dB, GS is equal to 2 dB, for example. How to get that? Okay, so because the GS equation is this. This is the expression for GS. GS is equal to this. What we wanted, this GS should be 2 dB now. What we maximum is this value. Okay, but what we wanted is only 2 dB we want here. That is depends upon the value of TOS. Okay, TOS means it is the input impedance of the input impedance looking towards the source. That is the impedance looking towards the source here. Okay, looking towards the source, whatever the impedance is there, that is ZSC here. So to get the 2 dB, to get a 2 dB, what we have to do, we should adjust the value of your input impedance. We should set the input impedance between these two terminal such that it should give a 2 dB. Okay, if so what should be the value then? What is the value of ZS to get a 2 dB? Okay, so but see, if you use this as a 50 ohm, if you use Z0, ZS is equal, for example, ZS, this Z1 means source impedance equal to 50 ohm. Okay, we do not get a 2 dB here, gain is 2 dB. Okay, so what we have to do, we should change the impedance here. Even source impedance is 50 ohm. You should not think like it is a matched one. Even it is matched, okay, but that matched condition of 50 ohm doesn't give a gain of 2 dB. That's why what we have to do, looking towards this direction, we should have a impedance that should give a 2 dB here. Okay, so that's why impedance matching network is there. So this impedance matching network transforms the source impedance like a 50 ohm to the impedance ZS, that gives the 2 dB. Okay, that's why we have to use this impedance matching network. Okay, so we are using this impedance matching network. So that I have stated here. From the amplifier shown in figure B, see here, the input matching network transforms the source impedance Z1. It may be equal to 50 dB, usually 50 dB, to the impedance ZS, or in other words, to the source reflection coefficient TOS, because TOS depends upon the ZS. So what we are doing here, this impedance matching network transforms the input, this is source impedance Z1 to a ZS value. Okay, the output matching network similarly, so okay, so ZS, that gives a gain is equal to whatever we want. Similarly, this matching network transforms the this load impedance, even it is usually 50 ohm, but that doesn't give a gain is equal to whatever we needed. That's why what we have to do, looking towards the load, the impedance must be different. That should be some ZL value. Okay, that ZL gives the required gain. That's why we are using this. Matching network means what? It is a transforming, it transforms the impedance. Okay, so if it is a 50 ohm, but if you do not want a 50 ohm, what we have to do? We have to use a matching network. Using matching network, we can change the impedance looking towards the load, like that. Okay. See, if some value is there, if you want 50 ohm, then also we have to use a matching network. That we were doing in the previous case. Okay, in the TLW, what we were doing, this was something ZL, it was ZL, but what we were doing, we are making that to 50 ohm in the earlier case. Okay, in the TLW that we were doing in the impedance matching network. This impedance between what we were doing, looking towards load, the impedance must be equal to 50 ohm. That we were doing in the earlier problem. But now what is the problem is 50 ohm is there, but that is not good for getting our gain. So what we have to do, you transform that to some other impedance using impedance matching network. Okay, ZL, some value ZL, that gives the required gain. Okay, okay. So you can adjust the value of here ZL and also use a source impedance here ZS using impedance matching network such that you can get the required gain, because GS and GL depends upon the impedance looking towards the source and load. Okay, so that's why we are using this impedance matching and this impedance matching. So now, okay, you are using impedance matching network. We are changing the impedance to ZS. So then what should be the value of ZS? Okay, what value you have to choose? For example, I want a 2 dB. What should be the value of ZS? Or if I want a 1 dB, what is the value of ZS? Okay, similarly here also, if I want a 2 dB, what is the value of ZL? Or it may be 3 dB, 4 dB, whatever it is. What is the value of ZL? Okay, so we have to see here which value of ZS, to what value you have to change the impedance looking this direction, what should be the impedance to get that value of gain. So to get that value, what you have to do, see here actually there are many values of ZS that gives the required value of gain. See like this here, this is a problem, constant GS circles, constant GS circles I have written here. Constant GS circles means I am taking this part. How to get this value GS? For example, I want a 2 dB. I want a 2 dB. Okay, 2 dB means we should have some ZS value here. Okay, how to get that value? Okay, 2 dB. The constant means constant GS means constant 2 dB circle. Constant 2 dB. 2 dB I want. Okay. There is a circle as I said. Okay, we will see that now. You see now I want GS is equal to 2 dB. But what is the GS maximum we can have? That is previously we have seen it is 2.92 dB. 2.92 dB is but 2 dB I want. So you put a GS is equal to 2 dB and GS maximum is whatever you got. Here is a 2.92. So this is 2 dB, this is 2.92 dB. Okay, take the ratio. Take the ratio and we will be getting this GS. This is a normalized gain. It is called as normalized gain. Whatever required value you take and what is the maximum value you take, you will be getting this GS. So the GS value, it may from 0 to 1. The GS value may be 0 to 1. Sometimes in the problem, they may ask you to design for maximum gain. See, sometimes the problem may be like that. Design an amplifier for maximum gain. Then what we have to do? You should take a GS, whatever needed value is GS maximum itself. Okay, whatever the maximum value you are getting 2.92, you take that as a design value. What we have to design for this value itself, you have to design. Okay, like that. So maximum also we can design. So what is the maximum of this GS maximum in the numerator? Then maximum value small GS this can take is equal to 1. Okay, and so the value GS may be lesser than the GS maximum or it may be equal to GS maximum. If it is GS is equal to GS maximum, then GS takes the value is equal to a normalized value. See like this. Okay, and it may be maybe any values starting from 0. For example, I want a GS is only 1 dB. I want 1 dB means this ratio GS becomes this is 1 dB. This you got a 2.92 dB. So take the ratio here, we will be getting some value. Okay, so like that it may be including 0 dB up to maximum of 1 we can get this normalized GS. So like this. So this what I have done here, GS divided by GS maximum. GS is this equation. See, GS is this equation. Under matched condition, this 2in is equal to S11. Conjugately matched condition, 2in is equal to S11. So that I have substituted. What is GS here? This is the actual gain. What we needed is, what is the maximum gain? GS maximum. GS maximum is this equation. See, here is this equation. 1 by 1 minus S11 magnitude square. GS maximum is this equation. Okay. What we this is a GS is this GS is 1 minus 2s magnitude square, 1 minus 2 in 2s. This 2 in under matched condition have taken S11, but you 2s whatever the needed value you keep here. Okay, so this is GS here. GS maximum, if you substitute, that is 1 by 1 minus S11 magnitude square. So that is goes to numerator here. So this is a equation. Dividing GS by GS maximum, we will be getting this. Okay, so this is a small GS here. This value GS depends upon the required value of gain GS. Okay, maximum value is fixed for a given transistor. What is the required value of GS? You substitute here just. So this GS depends upon the value of this what we needed. Maximum is 2.92. You may take it as a 1, or it is a 0.5 dB, or it is a 2 dB. Okay, or maximum value itself, GS maximum itself, GS value. So like that it changes here. So you take this GS. Okay, it is associated with the needed value of the gain. It is also GS depends on value of GS, because this is fixed. GS maximum is fixed. This may be anything GS based on your requirement. GS may be. Okay, that GS depends on 2S here. 2S here. That depends upon the ZS. So finally, this GS depends upon small GS, normalized gain depends upon the ZS. Okay, so this equation, instead of taking only GS, what we did, we normalized GS and we have taken this GS. So this is the equation here. Okay, based on the gain required, we can select the value of ZS now. So now this equation 1. Now this is the equation. The value here depends upon what we needed. For example, I wanted 2 dB. GS is equal to 2 dB. You substitute 2 dB here, maximum value you substitute here. You will be getting GS is equal to something here. And left side is this. This is the left side equation. In this equation, S11 is constant. For a given transistor, S11 is a constant. Variable is a 2S. Is correct? Variable is a 2S. 2S depends upon the ZS. It may be anything based on this value. See, unknown value is only this is 2S. Unknown value is only 2S. Is correct? 2S means ZS. Okay, left side, this right side we know. What is the right side here? This is equal to whatever required value divided by this maximum value. This we know. Okay, GS, because we know it should be 2 dB for this problem. Divide that by, you know this. And here S11 is constant. Only this is a 2S. So this to satisfy this right hand side and left hand side, we should choose a proper value of 2S. That means 2S means ZS. Actually, so how do you equate this? Left hand side should be equal to right hand side. You have to choose a ZS. What value of ZS gives this term equal to this term? Is correct? What value of ZS or 2S automatically gives this term right hand side equal to left hand side. Okay, so that we have to see here. Okay, actually it is difficult to do. If you try to do manually, you may get difficult to get that. What we can do is we can use a computing systems, computer or whatever it is, MATLAB code or something like that. You can see here. Okay, so here 2s magnitude you have taken, that means ZS magnitude is correct. So to get this value right hand side, what is the value of this ZS? Actually, what we can observe is, see, there are many values of this ZS that gives a value of right hand side. See, like that. Actually, if you take this equation, and rearrange this. If you rearrange, you will observe, if you take this equation, that is GS equal to this, rearrange this equation, what we can observe is that equation becomes a equation of a circle. That becomes equation of a circle here. Okay, with this is constant, this constant, and here twice. Twice means it is a complex number. It has a real part and a imaginary part. Real part and imaginary part. Okay, see, like if you rearrange this, gs is equal to this, it will become an equation of a circle. See, like this, it may become like this equation of a circle like this. Okay, so this is x-axis and y, x variable and y is a variable here. X and y are the variables here. Okay, in this, if you rearrange this, it is become a circle equation like this form, and x and y variables are, see here, real and imaginary part of this twice. Twice is a complex number. Its a real part is a like this x-axis, and twice imaginary part is a y-axis like this. So if you arrange this, we will be getting like this equation, and here x and y actually they are the real and imaginary of this twice. See, like this, imaginary of this twice is y-axis, image real of this twice is a like this. Okay, so now it is the equation like this. This is the equation, circle equation. See, for different values of x, different, for example, a and b center, what is this, a and b, they are the center of the circle. A and b are the center of the circle. For example, here it is the center is here. Okay, and this is a radius of the circle. R is the radius of the circle. Okay, if we vary the x, okay, keeping this a and b constant, a and b with some constant, and radius is a constant. If you vary x, what happens, y changes. That forms a circle like this. There is a formation, circle will be formed like this. Okay, based on the value of x, y forms a circle like this. Okay, so this is a circle equation like this. Okay, similarly here also, this if you rearrange, you will observe this is a circle equation with a circle center like ab is the center. Ab may be anywhere in the coordinate, in the system, that coordinate system. Okay, it may be here or anywhere, it is somewhere a and b. Okay, the circle is like this. So similarly, on the Smith chart, see, this is our Smith chart. This is the Smith chart here. Okay, we know in the previous semester TLW, this is a, it has a two reflection coefficient. We were using this for finding the reflection coefficient, is correct. Okay, so that reflection coefficient, toy is here, and this we were finding this for, and in impedance chart, this is a impedance chart now. Okay, so actually it is a reflections also we can calculate from this. Actually, if you draw like this, it is a real part, here is a imaginary part of toe, and this is the real part of toe. Okay, that we saw in the previous semester. Okay, so now our, it is not xy, it is not xy. What is our this coordinate system? That is a Smith chart here. Smith chart, if you start from here, this is a toe axis, as we saw, I have given in the previous semester. Reflection coefficient imaginary, and reflection coefficient real will be in this direction, horizontal direction. Okay, and impedance variation, that is a reflection coefficient variation also. So now, see, that it is a circle now. This twice, it is a imaginary part, and real part of twice is like this. So now, if we vary this imaginary part, real part form a circle like this. See, like this, we will be getting a circle like this. So for a particular problem, okay, for a particular problem, so now if you take this GS means it is based on the value of required value of gain. Hello, are you audible? Hello, hello, is it audible? Hello,
Yes, ma'am. Audible.
audible. Okay. See, now I want again GS is equal to 2 dB. Okay, GS maximum 2.92 dB. You take that ratio. Okay, and left hand side is this. Okay, so you draw that on the Smith chart. Okay, we can draw it on the Smith chart. If you do that by taking required value of 2 dB here, this right hand side, and left hand side is here. If you draw, you will observe, if you vary this, if you change the value of 2s real or imaginary term, we will observe that form a circle like this. You see here, it will form a circle. That is 2s means zs. Okay, zs value, see like this, it will form a circle like this. For example, 2 dB, I take gs is equal to 2 dB. We will observe, if you plot it, if you plot this equation, we will observe it form a circle like this. It form a circle, see like this. That is we have taken 2 dB only. This is fixed, right hand side is fixed here. Okay, and this is variable here. 2s is variable. So this is a constant value, 2 dB divided by 2.92. This is a constant, right hand side. Okay, left hand side, okay, left hand side. This is a right side. Here what happens, 2s, if you vary, you will observe for you will be getting this left hand side equal to right hand side for different value of 2s, not a single value of 2s, that is zs gives a this right hand side. Okay, for many values, you see like this, you take a different combination of impedance zs value. See, here is the impedance chart. Okay, you will observe, see, these are the impedance values. So your impedance values, you can you know how to read that. See, for example, here what is the impedance, you know, reactance value, resistance value, have to read what is the resistance value, what is the reactance value, you take that is the impedance here. Okay, so like this, see here, this is a 2 dB 2 dB gain float. It is called as 2 dB gain float. Source 2 dB, so gain gs is equal to 2 dB. See like this, for a given problem. Given problem means the s parameters are here. These are the s parameters given. For this s parameters, if you want gs is equal to 2 dB, you will observe, see, all these impedances, these are the different values of impedances. See, here is a impedance is something. If you take a impedance is equal to this, that means both imaginary and real term will change. See, it has a resistance value is equal to something and reactance is equal to something. If you go here, resistance is something and reactance is, both will change. Okay, but all these combinations, whatever the impedance values lie over this circle, all these values gives a right hand side whatever your constant value. Okay, for all this combination, this right hand side is equal to left hand side, like that. Okay, not a single value of zs, different values of impedance like real value and imaginary values of that impedance combination gives the this right hand side is equal to left hand side. So you can take any impedance here over this circle, any impedance you can take. See like this, you can, if you take this value, then also you will be getting this right hand side is equal to left hand side. Even you take a value at a, what impedance, you take a impedance here, that you substitute here. Twice you calculate an impedance twice, because it depends upon the zs. For that value, a value also you will be getting this side value is equal to this value, this side is equal to this. Similarly, you take any value, even you take here whatever some value, substitute here. So all the values of impedance whatever lies over this circle, 2 dB circle, this is called as 2 dB gain circle. Any value of impedance you take, that gives this right hand side is equal to left hand side. So you can choose any value over this. Okay, so I want a gain is equal to 2 dB here, gs is equal to 2 dB I want. Okay, what I can do, you draw a circle, draw a circle, we have to draw the circle. Okay, this circle we have to draw. After drawing the circle, you can take any value. Okay, I take for example, I will take a. What is the impedance here? You can read the one. You draw a circle first. How to draw the circle? This circle we can draw from this equation. Circle of the circle center is this. Circle center. See, this is a equation of a circle. This will become equation of a circle. If you rearrange this, we will be getting equation of a circle. So in the equation of a circle, we can come to know what is the center, what is the radius. See, like this. If you get a equation of a circle by doing some mathematical operation, this will form a equation of a circle. Once we form like a equation of a circle, we can come to know what is the center and what is the radius. See, here is the center is a and b, radius is equal to r. Similarly, if you rearrange this and form a equation of a circle, from that circle equation, the derivation is not needed for you. That's why directly I have given equation like this. This is a center. From this equation we will observe center of the circle is given by this equation, and radius of the circle is given by this equation. Okay, rearranging this, forming like a circle equation. From that circle equation we come to know center of the circle is this equation, and radius of the one is this one. So it depends upon GS. See, whatever the GS value, whatever you get here, that you have to substitute. You can get a center as well as the radius. Okay, you take this as a center and this as a radius and draw the circle on the Smith chart. Okay, so we will be getting center. This is a complex number and radius is the real. Actually, if you do this, we will be getting RS is a radius is a real number, and this one is a complex number. Okay, how to draw the one on the Smith chart? You see, this is a complex. It has a magnitude and the angle. Center is a complex center. If you do this, we will be getting a complex number. It has a magnitude and the magnitude and angle. How to fix the center? I should put a center like this. Center of the circle is correct. I should mark the center of the circle. After that, what we have to do? We have to take a radius like this, and we can use a compass to draw the one like this. Is correct. Circle we will be drawing like this. Center we have to first take. Then take a radius equal to this much and draw the circle. We can do that. See how to do. So you do this operation. This is given. This is we know. You can easily get a center of a circle. It is a complex number with a magnitude and an angle. Okay, so you take that. See, like this. Now we know the magnitude and angle. Angle you first mark on this. How do you mark angle? See, from here we know in the Smith chart. Okay, how do you do angle? You start from here 0 and we move like this. Is correct? Angle, whatever. For example, a 45 degree. You move 45 degree. Okay, 45 degree, and draw a circle. Draw a line. See, like this. You can draw a line like this. Okay, so then angle we marked, and from that angle we have drawn out to the center. Okay, next what we have to do? Magnitude you have to take. Okay, magnitude means whatever you get here, magnitude. Okay, that we have to mark by taking a scale. Okay, I will tell you how to do that. Okay, this for example, for a given Smith chart, you should mark how much is from year to year, how many divisions are there here. Okay, that we have to take it as a 1. For example, 4 centimeter from year to year, 4 centimeters, from center to year 4 centimeter, that is equal to 1. Okay, so 4 centimeters equal to 1. Okay, then if you get here 0.8, okay, if a 4 centimeter represents a 1, if there is a 0.8, how many centimeters? See, like this we have to mark. Okay, I will tell you the how to draw the circle. I will tell you in the next class. Okay, so like that you can mark. First you have to mark the angle. See, like this is the angle. 45 degree, for example, you draw a line like this. Next, what we have to do? For example, if you got here 0.8 magnitude, so 1 is 4 centimeter, 0.8 means it is how many 3.5 centimeters maybe. So over this line you mark here, this is a 4 centimeter, but 0.8 means it's somewhere here. So like this is the center of the circle. So from here we know the radius, you can draw a circle like this. Okay, see I have shown circles like this, they may not be here, they may be anywhere. Okay, so like this circles we can draw. So 2 dB means I want again is GS is equal to 2 dB. Okay, that form a circle like this. We can draw a circle like this. Circle will be like this, and any value of impedance you take over the circle, that gives the 2 dB. You understood now? Okay. How to draw the circle? That is by taking the center and radius. I will draw it and show you in the next classes. For example, one example I will take. Uh, that way we can draw the circle. Okay, it will form a circle. This circle may be anywhere. Okay, not only here. See like this. Circle may be here also. See in this what I have shown, based on the reflection coefficient, based on the S parameters. See here, these are the S parameters. So these are the S parameters. For these S parameter, the circle may be 2 dB circle is like this. If you can take any impedance here, that gives the 2 dB. See what I want a 2 dB. What is the value of ZS we were looking? Okay, is correct. You should set a impedance here. Impedance you should set such that ZS looking towards this direction, ZS must be something. That if you set that value, it gives the 2 dB. So what is that ZS? That may be any impedance over the circle. It may be A or it may be somewhere here. Any impedance you take, that gives a ZS, GS is equal to 2 dB only. So that's why, for example, I will take this. Okay, this impedance. You can read the impedance here. That is the R circle value, reactance circle value. You will be getting the impedance. So what is the impedance you have to set by using impedance matching circuit? This is the impedance matching circuit. So looking into this direction, the impedance must be equal to this value. Okay, this whatever is here. So then we will be getting GS is equal to 2 dB. That's why we have to do all these things. So you have to draw the circle like this. For a given gain, you have to draw the circle. We will be getting like a constant gain circle 2 dB. Next, what you have to do, you choose some one value over that. Okay, then after choosing this value, for example, here it is some 0.4 plus 0.1, I think the value here. Okay, I want that impedance as we looking in this direction. I want that impedance. So if I want that impedance, this value, I should design the impedance matching network here. Okay, so like that. Okay, so what value impedance I needed? I want this value. If I want this value, I should design a impedance matching network here that transforms this Z0 to ZS, whatever I needed here. ZS is 50, but that doesn't give a gain is equal to 2 dB. That's why what I have to do, I have to transform this 50 ohm to this value using impedance matching network. Okay, that gives a gain is equal to 2 dB. So like that, based on the your gain, see based on our gain, we have to find a value of ZS. Actually, the ZS there are different many values of ZS. Okay, that will give a particular value of gain. Okay, so so for 2 dB, see 2 dB for this particular transistor, we have a 2 dB circle like this. If I want a 1 dB, see 1 dB, I want for example this gain is equal to 1 dB. Here, okay, gain GS is equal to 1 dB. Then see the gain circle will be 1 dB circle is like this. See like this. You can take any value of impedance over this to get 1 dB gain. But we cannot take over this circle. This is 2 dB. If you take impedance over this circle, it will give a 2 dB. So we have to take some impedance over that. That impedance you should set here. Towards looking towards this direction, the impedance must be equal to any value over this. Okay, see like that. So based on the gain required here, based on the gain required GS, what we have to do, you should substitute that gain required here. GS may be 1 dB, 2 dB or whatever here, and the left hand side will be something here, right hand side, and this is something. Actually, if you plot that, it will become a circle like this. 1 dB, if you put 1 dB here, we will be getting a circle like this. If you put a 2 dB and draw the circle, draw the one, you will be getting this circle. Similarly like this. Okay. So based on value of GS, we will be getting these circles. These are called as constant gain circles. These are for source side. This what we did is for a source gain means here this for this these are the circles, because we used this equation we were using. So that constant source circle, GS, constant GS circles, what we do, GS value, this value taken, GS maximum value taken, and this is associated with this source side. So source side, it is a forming a circle equation. These circles we have drawn. So if we, based on the gain requirement, you can change, you can get a any value gain. Okay. So like that, we have circles like that. Based on the gain required, there are many circles like this. Okay, you can take any one value over that circle to while designing the impedance matching network to get that particular value of gain. Okay, see like this. For this S matrix, see for a particular transducer, this is a S matrix. For this S matrix, the circles are like this for different values of gain. But if S matrix changes like this, you see, this is for some other values, then you can observe the circles are like this. See, they are not situated like this. They may be anywhere in the Smith chart. They may be anywhere within the Smith chart like this. Okay. So one value you have to choose over that circle. Any one value you can choose over that circle. Okay. Actually, few more things are there. We will see that next in the stability. Okay, what actually, which value we have to do? Can we take any value over this, or which value we have to choose? Can we take any value over the circle, or what value actually we have to choose? That one more thing is there, that is called as stability. There we will see. But presently, to get a 2 dB gain, for example, you should choose this circle. Okay, you take any value over this. Similarly, for 1 dB, you have to draw the circle. Draw the circle means automatically, see, if you put a 1 dB here, this is a right hand side, left hand side. That is the equation of a circle. If you draw that, it will form like this. Circle will become. Okay, over that we can check any one value to get a 1 dB. While designing, we can design only for one value. That's why you choose any one value like a you take a impedance whatever here. That impedance must be towards the source. Okay, looking towards the source, ZS here must be equal to this value. So like that, we have to get that, you have to use an impedance matching network. Okay, without impedance matching network, see, if it is not there, impedance matching network is not. What is the impedance looking this direction? It is 50 ohm. But if you use a 50 ohm, it doesn't give a gain is equal to 2 dB. Okay, that's why what we have to do, this is fixed. For example, assume it is source impedance is fixed, we cannot change. If you use it as it is, you do not get a gain is equal to 2 dB. That's why what we have to do, change this 50 ohm to some other value. What is the other value? That is any one value lies over this circle, 2 dB circle. Okay, so how to change that? Using impedance matching network. Use a impedance matching network. Okay, now that you should transform this impedance to whatever one value like this, looking towards this direction. Okay, that value gives a gain is equal to 2 dB or whatever you require. So like that, while designing this matching network, you should do like this. Understand? It is not like a very simple, RF and microwave. These are the things you should learn. This is a concept, not very complicated, you see, but you have to understand the concept probably. Okay, so like this, for a particular transistor, this is a transistor, will be circles, and for different values we will be having like this. So based on your gain, for example 3 dB, you should take this circle for this transistor. If you draw for a 3 dB, we will be getting like this circle. Okay, you can take any value over this.
ಡಿಕ್ಕಲ್ ಹೋದ್ರೆ
Ah,
65 ನಿಮಿಷ ಹಬ್ಬ.
hello, hello, who is speaking? Hello, 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 is it audible? Hello, Karthik.
Audible, ma'am.
Allah, someone is speaking. Okay, doubts may be there, but no one is asking about those doubts and all. You can ask, but it is a 45 minutes duration. I don't know, can we able to convince you through this online or not? Hmm? Okay, you can chat. See, after the class also, if you have any doubts, you can in the WhatsApp you can discuss all those things, and or you can send a message. I will answer to you all those questions. Okay, even in between also, question is I will try to, because if you do not get somewhere else, you just you tell where you are not getting. I will try to answer, explain, repeat the things or something like that. Hmm? Hello, 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 Karthik, hello,
Hello. Yes, ma'am.
Aditya, is there? Bharat, hello, Bharat,
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am,
uh,
Aditya has some network connection. He is trying to join.
Aditya is there? Not there?
Some network
Ma'am is
connection.
facing
Maybe.
network.
Network problem. Okay, okay. Okay. See, you listen this video one or two times, so automatically you carefully you watch this video two, three times. I think you can easily understand. It is not very tough topic actually, but see, in the examination, I will provide you all the design equations because it is difficult to remember the equations while designing. So I will be providing all these design equations in the examination. So what we have to do, you have to just substitute the things and you have to get the values, and you have to draw. Okay, so we will I will provide all the design equations for the examination. Okay, but as I said in the previous class, you should learn how to do the complex number mathematics, addition, subtraction, division, multiplication, that you should learn by practice. You should practice because all these are complex numbers. You should handle the complex numbers while doing all these calculations. So you should practice those calculations. Okay, that is only the thing. Because this is a complex, these equations are a little bit complicated. I will provide all these design equations for the examination. Okay. Okay, so this is a procedure I am telling how to do this amplifier design. So I think it is so like that constant values of gain will be there. So based on one of the value, based on the gain requirement, there are circles used to be there here. So you can take choose a value of your any impedance, and you should use a impedance matching network such that ZS must be equal to any one value over this. Okay, so that is one. So I said about this input gain circles. These are called as input constant gain circles here, source constant gain circles, because I have taken this equation. GS is equal to GS divided by GS maximum, and that is GS is this equation, and GS maximum is this equation, this one. Okay, 1 over 1 minus S11 magnitude square, that will become come to the numerator. So this is a GS divided by GS maximum. Okay, from that we got these circles. These are called as input gain circles. Okay, that means to adjust the gain of input, see, from the source we have a gain here, source gain. Okay, from the source side, what is the gain required, that you can adjust by using this circle. Similarly, you have to do for output side also. Similarly, we have to do for output side also, because the output gain also we have to adjust. You see here, output gain GL, I want 1 dB. From this problem, I want this GL is equal to 1 dB. See, if I want a 1 dB gain here, so if I want 1 dB gain here, again, similarly we can do here. So they are called as constant GL circles. Constant GL circles. See, constant GL circles. Constant GL circles means GL, whatever the required value of GL you take and divide that by maximum value. And that is the equation this. What is GL maximum? That is 1 by 1 minus S22 magnitude square. So that you have to put, it will come to the numerator. And GL is what? GL we know this is a GL value. See, this is a GL. GL is 1 minus 2L divided by S22 2L that I have taken here. That is the required value. This is GL is this. GL maximum is this. Okay. So you will be getting this equation. And again, based on the requirement of GL, 1 dB I want. GL maximum we know. Substitute that. You will be getting a constant here. Some number. And this is a value. Here variable is 2L. That is ZL is a variable. Okay. So now that becomes the equation of a circle. Now, if you plot a circle, if you plot that, it may be a circle like this. See, any circles. Okay, that means if you take, for example, I want a 1 dB. See, I want a GL is equal to 1 dB. See, like this. This is a 1 dB circle. 1 dB circle. Why it is called as a 1 dB circle? You put any value of impedance here. You take any impedance over this. This is an impedance chart. Impedance is varies like this. As you move like this, impedance varies. You take any value of impedance over that. See, ZL value, maybe anything. All those ZL values gives this right hand side equal to left hand side. That's why it is called as a constant gain circle. All these values, the right hand side, this is equal to left hand side. So this is a constant gains. All these values gives a constant value of gain. So this is called as a constant load circles. Constant GL circle gain, load gain circles. Constant source gain circles, constant load gain circles. Okay, so we have to plot again. Take this whatever required value of GL and plot the circles like this. So what should be the ZL GL here? You take any one value. See, like I want a 1 dB. You take some value over this. And looking into this direction, that impedance must be equal to the value here. You should design the matching circuit here such that looking this direction, impedance must be equal to this. Okay, then the input gain, output gain becomes equal to 1 dB. Okay, so that's why if there is no this matching network, see, if matching network is not connected, then what happens here? ZL equal to 50, but ZL equal to 50 doesn't give a gain is equal to 1 dB. Actually, if you take a ZL equal to 50 looking this direction, that gives a 0 dB gain, but I want a 1 dB gain. So what we have to do, you should use a impedance matching network here. So this is a impedance matching network. By using this, you change the impedance. Instead of 50 ohm, looking into this direction, it should be something. What is that something value of ZL? That may be any value over this circle. Okay, this circle, how to draw this circle? I told you, using this. See, using this. What is the circle? This becomes circle equation. Substitute 1 dB, I want 1 dB. Okay, and this will become a circle equation. You find the center of the circle and radius of the circle. See, actually center and radius will be like this. Okay, you calculate center and the radius and plot the circle. I will show you how to draw that by taking one example. Okay, so then after that, drawing the circle, you choose any one value. See, 1 dB, you choose any value and set that value here to the input of this network. Then you will be getting 1 dB gain. So like that, while designing impedance matching network, it is not a simple task here. Based on the gain requirement, you should choose the input impedance, what is needed. Then you have to design the input matching network, that to give a particular value of gain. Okay, so this is about choosing the input impedance and the output impedance to get a required value of gain. Okay, I think in the previous class I was telling how to get a 2 dB gain and how to get a 1 dB gain. Okay, this is the way. Okay, by properly choosing the input impedance value and the output impedance value, you can set the gain is equal required value of gain. Okay, how to choose this? By drawing this gain circles. By drawing the gain circles, you have to draw the input gain circles and output gain circles based on your required value of gain. Then choose the impedance, any one impedance over that circle, to design the matching network. Okay, okay, this is about your designing the amplifier. Not, it is not a complete one. We will see in the next class. We will see the continuation in the next class. Okay, okay, next class Ranjita madam will continue.